Welcome back, Warriors family. Get ready to ignite that notification bell and crush the like button now, because tonight we're exploring a rumor so explosive it could rewrite Golden State history as we know it. Imagine driving into Chase Center next season, knowing that our front office might have just secured the ultimate blueprint for a new dynasty. The buzz started in the rumor mill, churning through every offseason whisper and trade theory, but this one has teeth. Could the Warriors really be positioning themselves to add a game-changing big man? The kind of interior force whose blend of rebounding, passing skills, and scoring touch would slot perfectly alongside our sharpshooting legends. Hold tight, because we're about to peel back each layer of this tantalizing scenario. It all began when Bleacher Report guru Greg Swartz dropped his list of dream trade targets for every team in the league, and one name kept jumping off the page for Golden State, a 7-foot power forward center whose resume reads like a modern NBA resume of dominance. This is a player who averaged nearly 20 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists last season, a triple-double machine whose passing vision and post moves have reportedly drawn raves from rival scouts. I'm talking about a former All-NBA selection, an NBA rebounding leader 3 times over, and the son of Hall of Famer Arvydas Sabonis, Domantas Sabonis. The same Sabonis who has turned Sacramento's front court into an unstoppable force. Now, picture this: Draymond Green orchestrating another defensive masterpiece, Steph Curry pulling defenders beyond the logo, Klay Thompson knocking down corner triples, and then in the heart of the paint, Sabonis towering above every contest, snatching boards like a hawk and dishing backdoor lobs with the precision of a point guard. Could this be the next chapter of the Splash Brothers saga? One that elevates Golden State from perennial contenders to undeniable favorites? Some insiders believe that pairing Sabonis's unique skill set with our existing core could unlock an entirely new level of versatility and unpredictability on both ends of the court. But let's not rush to conclusions. According to multiple league sources, this rumor has legs because the Kings might actually consider moving their prized big man if the offer checks the right boxes. Swartz even speculated that Sacramento would demand a haul so significant it could include one of our emerging rookies, Brandon Podziemski, alongside a haul of future first-round picks and perhaps a veteran like Andrew Wiggins to balance salaries. Imagine a package featuring Podziemski's ice-cold shooting, Jonathan Kuminga's explosive athleticism, plus 3 unprotected firsts in 2026, 2028, and a 2027 swap. That's the kind of blockbuster that would give Milwaukee pause, and Sacramento too. Here's where the intrigue deepens. The Warriors' cap sheet is already flirting with luxury tax territory, so engineering a deal for Sabonis would require surgical precision, sign and trade mechanics to funnel his max contract salary back to the Kings, strategic buyouts from role players on expiring deals, and perhaps even the seldom-used stretch provision to ease the cap hit over multiple seasons. Each move carries weighty consequences: losing locker room leaders who have pledged allegiance to the blue and gold, altering the rotation that has thrived on continuity, and risking future flexibility for draft assets. Yet, consider the prize: a 4-man core with 2 sharpshooters, a defensive general, and a rebounding maestro who also creates offense in the paint. It's the stuff of championship dreams. And let's talk chemistry. Sabonis is widely respected for his high basketball IQ and unselfish play, traits that have earned him plaudits as both a scorer and facilitator. In theory, he would slide into a role that complements Steph's gravity off the ball, while Draymond shifts back into the point-forward role he mastered during the title runs. Klay would thrive in catch-and-shoot opportunities, benefiting from the attention Sabonis would command inside. But could this on-court synergy truly mash up mid-season? Some Warriors faithful worry that altering shot distributions and pick-and-roll frequencies might disrupt the fluid motion offense Steve Kerr has honed over years. Is the risk worth the potential reward? Now, let's zoom out to the ripple effect across the Western Conference. A Warriors squad boasting Sabonis would immediately leap to the top of every championship prediction list. Opposing teams, like the Phoenix Suns and Los Angeles Lakers, would scramble to counter, perhaps green-lighting their own blockbuster moves or doubling down on youth development. Meanwhile, upstart contenders like the Minnesota Timberwolves and Denver Nuggets would face a new super team in the West, forcing them to rethink their playoff blueprints. The entire league would feel seismic shifts in trade strategies, free agency, decisions, and draft priorities. On social media, Dub Nation is already aflame with speculation. Fan pages on Instagram post mock-ups of Sabonis in royal blue and gold. Twitter polls gauge support for trading Draymond versus holding on to our homegrown core, and Reddit threads dissect every possible package to pry Sabonis from Sacramento's grasp. National analysts are split between calling this a no-brainer upgrade and cautioning that championship chemistry can't be bought. In bars from Oakland to San Francisco, die-hard fans debate whether this move cements a new Warriors dynasty or signals the end of the fluid, selfless identity that made us historic. And here's the real kicker. Would Sabonis' arrival immediately translate to a title? History shows us that blockbuster trades, whether it was Shaq joining the Lakers in '96 or Kevin Durant landing in Golden State in '16, carry both promise and peril. Some become all-time legends. Others fizzle under the weight of unmet expectations. Could this be our greatest triumph or our boldest miscalculation? The suspense is electric. We're just scratching the surface of this tantalizing rumor. In Part 2, we'll break down precise trade proposals, salary cap maneuvers, and what this move means for every contender in the West. Until then, Warriors Nation, let the speculation run wild, and keep your eyes glued to Warriors News Fan Report for every update on this potential game-changer. If you're still buzzing about that jaw-dropping rumor, make sure you tap that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay ahead of every twist in this blockbuster saga. Now, Warriors Nation, let's dive into how this seismic trade for Domantas Sabonis could actually come together, and what the fallout would look like for our beloved Golden State. First off, let's talk concrete trade proposals. Rumor has it that Golden State's front office has already penciled in a package that checks every box Sacramento cares about. Our rookie sensation, Brandon Podziemski, whose cold-blooded shooting instantly spaces the floor, Jonathan Kuminga, a highlight reel athlete with the potential to be a lockdown defender. 3 unprotected first-round picks in 2026, 2027, swap option, and 2028, plus a veteran like Andrew Wiggins to balance the salaries. It's the kind of haul that could make even the most stubborn Kings executives pause and huddle in the war room. But is it enough to pry away a 2-time All-NBA rebound champion who's become the engine of Sacramento's recent surge? Only time will tell. Next, the cap logistics. Golden State is flirting with the luxury tax, and adding Sabonis' max-level salary requires creative maneuvering. Here's the playbook. Execute. A sign and trade to bring Sabonis on board without a gaping hole in our books. Pursue buyouts with veterans on expiring contracts. Players who've been loyal but understand the championship window is now, and potentially stretch out a veteran deal over multiple seasons to soften the immediate cap hit. It's a high wire, backed, and the margin for error is razor thin. Lose one veteran leader in a buyout gone wrong, and you risk chemistry fallout. Overstretch, and you jeopardize future flexibility for midseason pickups or emergency reinforcements. On the hardwood, the question of roles looms large. Steve Kerr's motion offense thrives on precise timing and selfless passing. Fitting Sabonis into that system demands adjustments. Steph Curry would remain our catalytic initiator, pulling defenders to the perimeter and creating driving lanes. Sabonis would patrol the paint, setting screens and sealing off opponents while dishing backdoor passes to cutters. Draymond Green could revert to a more pure point-forward role, orchestrating action and anchoring the defense with his fiery intensity. Klay Thompson would rediscover his off-ball brilliance, spotting up in corners for catch-and-shoot triples. It's a delicate dance, but one insider believes Sabonis' high basketball IQ and unselfish temperament would allow him to sync up seamlessly. Still, skeptics remind us that even the slickest systems can wobble when a superstar shifts from primary to complementary. The ripple effect across the Western Conference cannot be overstated. If Golden State lands Sabonis, every contender scrambles to respond. The Phoenix Suns might accelerate their own big man pursuits, the Lakers could pivot back to the draft or chase a marquee free agent, and the upstart Timberwolves may double down on youth or chase guard help. Suddenly, the race for seeding turns into a high-stakes chess match, with each franchise trying to anticipate the Warriors' every move. It's the kind of arms race that brings the league to life and fuels the kind of playoff magic we live. 4. Let's address the elephant in the room. What about locker room chemistry? Sabonis has earned a reputation as a consummate professional, hard-working, unselfish, and universally respected by teammates across the league. But injecting a new voice into the huddle midseason carries inherent risks. The Warriors' core has spent years building intuitive trust, finishing each other's sentences on the court. Introducing a fresh superstar requires mutual buy-in and an unwavering commitment to a shared vision. Would Draymond's leadership style clash with Sabonis's quiet steadiness? Could Steph and Klay adjust their pacing to accommodate a post-centric anchor? These are the kind of questions front offices debate late into the night. Beyond X's and O's, there's the psychological edge. Opponents would adjust defensive schemes overnight. Double teams on Sabonis, traps in the post, rotations, keyed to his cutters. But imagine the counterpunch. Curry launching threes against rotating defenders, while Sabonis feasts on rebound putbacks and kickouts. The two-pronged threat could fracture every defense, forcing coaches to choose between sagging off shooters or leaving Sabonis unguarded. It's the kind of matchup nightmare you dream of when building a dynasty. On social media, fans are already sketching out lineup mashups, debating hashtags, and trading mock-up jerseys. Podcasters weigh in with shouted emphases. This is the move that cements Golden State's legacy. Others issue cautions. Chemistry can't be bought. Analysts on national broadcasts frame it as a turning point. Win or lose, this trade defines the Kerr era. It's a frenzy that reminds us why we fell in love with this team in the first place. At the end of the day, the ultimate metric is championships. Golden State's front office isn't in the business of nostalgia. They're chasing banners. If adding Sabonis yields another Larry O'Brien trophy, every skeptic will be silenced. But if the deal crumbles or the on-court formula falters, the fallout could echo for years. Draft assets gone, cap space tied up, and a core starved for continuity. It's the classic high-risk, high-reward gamble that has defined NBA legend-making since the days of Magic and Kareem, or Jordan and Pippen. So, Warriors Nation, here's the million-dollar question. Is it worth it? Would you trade youth and future picks for a present-day powerhouse who could tilt the championship balance? Or should Golden State stay the course, supplementing the core with safer, incremental upgrades? I know where my heart lies. I'm buzzing at the thought of Sabonis cleaning the glass for our Splash Brothers, yet part of me aches at the prospect of losing young talent we've nurtured. I can't wait to read your takes in the comments below and see how you'd weigh the risk versus the reward. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on this potential game changer. Until next time, stay golden, and let's bring another banner home.